So everything worked. Today is the walkthrough of our electrical systems that I built it myself, very stricken, that I built I think last month, and everything works so far. And we've just connected our microwave and the fridge here. It's working. Okay, now let's just briefly work through, like in detail, what is going on, what I have installed over here. So part 1, component. The Tesla batteries, we have 2 of them, and they are connected to the frame that we made with aluminum extrusion. And I took 101 cable that comes out from the negative post to the negative bus bar, and the top one of a different cell comes to the main switch. And then the negative side goes to the BMV shunt, which is used for this guy, that is used to monitor the whole cell condition. And then it comes out to the negative bus bar. The positive side goes to a main switch and the 200 amp inline breaker, and then the positive bus bar. We have around 1,000 watt solar power, and this is the 30 amp inline breaker. I use this because the solar cells are about 60 volts, and this should be good because they will run up to about 18 watts. Connection of MPPT solar charger. This is the Victron Energy Smart Solar. I chose a larger module because in the future I do want to extend our solar power capacity using some flexible solar cells so that we can take them out and then plug them in. As you can see here, it has 3 modes. Bulk is the real fast charging episode of the charge cycle, and absorption is a slower part towards the end of the charging. And the float means that your battery is basically full. These 2 wires are from the PV, the solar panels, and these 2 wires goes to the bus bars. So that is the solar power side. And if we want to use the electricity from the cell, I'm not planning to use it in pure 24 volt system, because it's just hard to find components for that system to use like in real home. The solution is to use the inverter. This is the Victron Energy Multiplex Inverter Charger, which means that it does both jobs. First, it inverts between the 24 volt and the 120 volt from your shore power or the power that you want to use, and also it charges. I think this is the favorite instrument I have in this car. It's just so cool. Negative and positive 0 wires coming from over there, the bus bars. And then they goes to the battery post, the main battery post, negative and positive. Don't be tricked if you see so many posts over here. These 2s are not for the main batteries. They are only for the auxiliary batteries, and they cannot be used for a second battery. So the way we connect 2 batteries together is to parallel them before they come in here. The higher voltage 120 volt AC comes out from here. So this is the power in from the shore power. This is the wire that comes out from the inverter that brings power to our RV. So these are our monitoring circuits. From the left to right, temperature sense, auxiliary one, and voltage sense. Another guy over here, this is just a data wire. I use this to connect to my computer in order to write the program for the charging. Next, breaker box. This is the wire coming out from the inverter over here. I have stripped all the wires over here and connected a bunch of stuff. All these wires are the ground wires. I just used a stainless steel bolt to connect all of them to the box. All these black wires, they're the line. So the line connects to the 2 posts of the breaker box, and all these are neutral wires. They're just going to the neutral bars all together. So this is the line that comes from the inverter, so it's the power in. And this is just a short segment of wire used to connect these posts to these posts. It's called a jump wire. I just use this to connect 2 of them so that they are on the same potential, and I can use both of the breakers in the same equivalent way. And all these black line wires comes out from the bottom of the breaker. Each of the breaker can connect 2 of these wires. These wires goes out to the yellow 10 gauge wires, the main wires of our house. I run this wire all the way to the ceiling and then through the black compartment to the front. A second one is just staying over here. It can power other electricals over this section. And another one runs from the top all the way down here to the kitchen section. The kitchen section has like so many large appliances, so that I gave a single wire to this one, and I use 2 different breakers. One is the 15 amp breaker. I use this one for the smaller power appliance in our house, and the larger one, 20 amp breaker, is dedicated to the kitchen area for the large power appliance. And this breaker box is the breaker box for power in. We have the 120 volt power coming in from this guy. This is the shore power plug, and this go all the way into here. I'm planning to use this one as a bypass to the inverter charger, so that if we are plugged into shore power, we can actually use large appliance using power coming directly from the shore power.